Hello everyone. The video you're about to see is the last video I filmed in my Chicago apartment. During this video, I was very stressed about moving and making sure everything was being taken care of, and the reason I bring that up to you right now is because it kind of came through in the script. So if at any point you're watching this video and you think to yourself, oh my god, this guy needs to chill out, what the hell's happening to him? Just to know that I'm okay now, and the stress is behind me. The moving stress, general life stress is still here, but what are you gonna do? Anyways, that's all. Enjoy the video. Hello everyone, welcome back to my commentary channel. I'm thankful you're joining me. Have you ever seen something bad, like just objectively not good, but you can't seem to pry your eyes away from it because deep down, you know that if a few things had been changed or tweaked, then it actually would have been something good? I know I have. That's why I don't own any mirrors anymore. Oh my god, shut up, dude. No, I'm actually talking about the talk shows recently put out by the ex-Vine star Jason Nash and the current TikTok dance sister Dixie Damelio. And even right now, I can feel 1,000 preteens with their hands hovering over the dislike button, and I just want to say that you're judging me too quickly. This is not a hate video on Jason or Dixie. Am I a fan of their content? No, but I'm not here to shit on them for no reason. This video is an in-depth look on why both of their talk show formats are not really working. And actually, I'm going to highlight some changes that I think would be beneficial. So in a way, this is a good video because I'm helping, kind of. Instead of just saying, boo, this is bad, I'm going to try to do my best to give some positive suggestions and try to save their talk shows from the current state they're in. Oh, is that mean? I'm going to be vulnerable with you all for a second. For a very long time, it has been a dream of mine to host a talk show. And no, I don't mean one of those stuffy late-night political talk shows run by old men like Steve or John or Jimmy. I've always been inspired by the offbeat parodies of talk shows, like 1 Minute Talk Show, Talking Stockings by Funhouse, and The Eric Andre Show. Although that last one sometimes worries me because it started as an edgy celebrity counterculture statement and has now become so mainstream with edgelords that it's become what it sought to parody. Anyway, I've always loved the talk show format, and it's been a pipe dream of mine to maybe start my own little one someday. Who knows? But that's why I care about talk shows like Dixie Damelio's or Jason Nash's. Because they've got a built-in audience and are taking advantage of what I cannot, and ideally, I want them to succeed. But as you might be able to guess from the empirical evidence on my tone, posture, and the title of this video, I'm not super happy with how it turned out. So enough intro, let's get into watching these things. Let's start with the big man himself, the Jason Nash talk show, titled The Jason Nash Show. Didn't burn away any brain cells with that one, did they? I'm going to sum up this entire segment of my video just by categorizing Jason Nash's misstep right now. It is a failure to understand what his target audience wants. Jason's audience has always been younger, even since Vine, because that app was popular with teenagers and he was in his mid-40s, then collaborating with a bunch of young 20-something creators, all with large teen followings. Jason's regular content revolved around the Vlog Squad until their ringleader had his big whoopsie, and now it looks like he's trying to pivot his content. And on that note, his last video before this first talk show episode leaned so heavy on the Vlog Squad theme, I'm sure Jason was real nervous once that thing ended. But here's my point. Jason's audience is likely teenagers, probably young teenagers, who are used to watching the amped up and fast-paced action of those Vlog Squad vlogs. So why on earth would he think that that same audience wants to watch this?
Jason, he's walking with him, another lion in the sand. Oh, what a beautiful day.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Jason Nash Band. Thank you. Thank you, Larry.
Jason's audience did not enjoy this. Those dislikes are hard to ignore, and the top comments are all pretty biting from an audience that usually supports whatever this guy does. The episode, serendipitously titled "My New Talk Show Was a Disaster," all caps, is meant to be this jumping off point for a new series of content that his audience did not ask for and does not want. I'm assuming he titled it this because the show is played off as awkward, but it's not done in an enjoyable way.
Guys, welcome. This is a new show that we're doing here on my channel. Hope you like it. I couldn't retire to the beach yet, so we decided to bring the beach to me. The set was $35,000. I'm in way over my head.
I would say I hope he's making a joke about the budget for his set, but based on the quality of it, I would assume that it is. It is a joke. The entire episode is only 8 minutes, around the same runtime as Jason's older content, though this time he's seated, and there's awkward silences, and painful jokes, and weirdest of all, fake guests.
We wanted to bring you guys something special for the first episode. Let's bring you some nature. This guy is the head of animals at the San Diego Zoo. Please welcome Riley Burbank. Riley, how are you?
Hello, how you doing?
So he invites on a animal wrangler, but it's just the comedian Churdleys, like doing a character bit. And you might be saying, Duncan, that's a very weird choice to like bring on a guest who's just an actor playing a character. Why would you not invite on the actor? And to that I would say, I don't know, but he does it again.
No, I'm done. I'm done. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Right. We got you something. You have a parting gift.
What is this, a carbon monoxide? I have one. It comes with my house. Do I exit this way? California condors, endangered. Please check out my foundation.
Check out the foundation.
His second guest is another person who comes on for 2 minutes and who barely speaks, and then after they play a painfully fake game, pretends to storm out. It's all very artificial, as we like to call it in the biz. But all right, enough negativity. I would say I got it all out of my system, but there's always negativity in my system. Would you guys buy merch that says that? But let's try to be positive and see if we can suggest changes for Jason Nash's show. Real changes, not just cancel it. Advice number 1, host this show on a new channel. Diversifying your content and branching into new venues of media is a smart way to prompt yourself to stay creative. But if it's going to be as big of a tone change as this, you're going to risk alienating your original audience, which is kind of what happened here. So why don't you make a new channel where you can have this different energy and vibe going on, and then the people who actually want to engage with that kind of content can go over there and you can have 2 separate channels. Advice number 2, your talk show is edited like it's a vlog. Don't do that. There's sound effects, there's weird cuts, there's characters. It doesn't translate. People in the comments are calling this an Eric Andre show imitation, and you do not want that comparison. So try to branch away from that. You want to be new, you want to be original, but you still want to be entertaining. Advice number 3, get a co-host. A real one, not a fake band member that you use as a punchline. Your old vines prove that you play off other comedians well, so get one you can trust, not David, and work together to make an engaging show as a team. All right, I think that's all the positives we can do here. I like the beach theme, and I like his suit, I guess, but other than that, it's not a lot to work with. All right, now it's time to move on. And this second one is going to be a little bit different, because whereas the first one had a lot of things to criticize, especially because his fans did not engage with it, this second example is weirder because her fans love it. I'm of course talking about the Dixie Damelio talk show titled The Early Late Night Show. So before venturing into the talk show format, Dixie made challenge videos, vlogs, and music videos, all of which were getting tens of thousands of views, if not more. Then she starts sprinkling in the first few talk show episodes, mostly consisting of a sit-down interview format where they just have a conversation. And to be completely honest with you, from what I saw, this original format of the talk show is kinda cool. It's still not my style of content, but it was literally just 2 chairs in the middle of their stupidly large living room, with dogs and people wandering in the background. There's a laugh track that feels out of place, but the informality of the show made the audience sound effects almost ironic, which I found actually funny. But as time goes on and the show evolves, the whole production started to feel more corporate and lifeless, much like actually being a Damelio sister. That one was mean, I'm sorry. The talk show now has an outrageously large and high-budget set with graffiti, shelves, a fish tank screen, fake clouds, and the weirdest goddamn table I've ever seen. There's also 3 seats, including a doggy bed. Oh yeah, and there's a really big gummy bear also for some reason. Dixie looks small on her own set, and that's not good. The cameras push in when people talk, but every time they cut to the master shot, they look like miniatures being dwarfed by this display of artistic expression. Now in this set, the laugh track does not feel ironic. It just feels simulated. It's like they're making up for the fact that there isn't actually anyone there and it isn't actually being shot live. The guests are seated so far apart from Dixie that you could actually feel the distance between them, making the interview feel shallow and cold. I mean, this one is with her own sister, and it feels like an awkward business meeting.
What are you doing, like in a day?
I don't really, I feel like I don't do a lot, but I don't know if that's true.
Then you're are also really busy. What's
Yeah.
the best thing that's going on in your life right now?
But Dixie's show has a different reception with her audience than Jason's did with his. Her audience is loving these episodes. And I think that's because Dixie's talk show is on a similar wavelength with her original content, so her fans don't have to adjust that much to see her in this setting. So Dixie's show is not flopping, and it's not in danger of alienating her audience. However, I can't help but notice that Dixie seems to be more comfortable in her older videos. And while it's impossible for me to know if that's genuine at all, this new version just does not read as natural. So my advice to Dixie, which she does not want and did not ask for, is to try and find a common ground between both versions. Keep the 2 chairs as the crux of the show, and you can design a set around it. But I think what made the original so endearing is that it's a talk show that's usually this weird brown and blue set, but it's being conducted by a teenage girl just sitting in a chair. And because it's so different from all those other ones, this original factor made it stand out. And like I said, you can design a cool set to go around it, but don't get lost in the designs or else it'll distract from the actual interview, which I can only assume you want to be the focus. Another piece of advice I have is to keep the laugh track to a minimum because you can tell it's fake. Overusing it feels forced, but I wouldn't get rid of it completely. I would just limit the amount of times per episode you use it. That way, when it does show up, then its impact feels a little bit more substantial. But I don't know. The fans seem to like it, and Dixie seems to be enjoying it enough, so maybe this one doesn't need as much critiques or changes. I don't know. I just find this whole thing so interesting, and I hope you do too, because I've been talking about this for a while. I don't know what it is exactly, but I see these talk shows, and I want them to succeed, even if they're not made by people I love. And when they make some of these weirder choices they do, it feels like it's so close to being something, but not quite. And maybe at the end of the day, it's a good thing that we have such a wide variety of styles on the talk show genre. In new media, that is, but I've already made a joke about traditional media talk shows being the same. Variety is good because now everybody is getting something they want. Dixie is giving her followers something they're engaging with, and if Jason reworks his talk show to fit his audience's demands, they'll have good content there too. At the end of the day, my own little critiques of the talk show medium don't amount to much. Maybe someday I'll have my own show where I can try things out and see what sticks, but that's still far off in the future. In the meantime, I'm just going to continue sitting on my ass here on this show and continue yelling my opinions into the void. Wait. If this is a show where I talk, oh my God, I had a talk show this whole time. The real talk show was inside us the whole time. What a weak ending to my video, but I'm too tired to rewrite it. So that's it. Bye. Thank you all for watching this video. It seriously does mean a lot to me. I hope you all have enjoyed this apartment with its weird orange table and the Chicago flag and this gray muted couch. I know I'm gonna miss it. I started filming here back when I had like 2,000 subscribers, and now I'm at 10,000 something, so it's been a journey, and that means a lot to me. I'll see you all in the next video, wherever that ends up being. I love you lots. Goodbye.